What's good, Ninja? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another video. Today we've got a lot of big information, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with the Media Create sales charts from July 9th, 2018 through July 15, 2018, and Octopath Traveler has busted onto the scene in Japan, guys. This is probably one of the biggest launches for a Japanese RPG in Japan in quite some time. The game actually sold 110,111 units just at retail in the first couple days on sale, and there were sellouts and stock issues everywhere. So not good to see that, but good to see six figures when it comes to the initial opening sales of Octopath Traveler. This is exactly what the Nintendo Switch and the Japanese gaming scene needed, and the JRPG, the old school RPGs, needed. So let's go ahead and get into this here. So Octopath Traveler sold 110,100 units at retail during its opening week in Japan, and was the highest selling new release for the week. The latest Media Create sales figures has revealed. Also new last week, the Nintendo Switch version of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker launched at 41,852 retail sales, while the 3DS version launched at 14,558 sales. Mary Skelter 2 also launched at 10,370 units, and the Nintendo Switch version of Shining Resonance Refrain launched at 3,465 sales. Then on the hardware side, the Nintendo Switch sold 50,239 units, and the PlayStation 4 family of systems sold 17,596 units, and the Nintendo 3DS family sold 7,131 units, which is still impressive considering nothing is really coming out for the Nintendo 3DS, but it's still packing around 5,000 plus units every single week of literally free money for Nintendo because of how old that hardware is. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the top 10 in Japan. If you want the full charts, I'll have it up here, or you can check out the link in the description below. And it's just dominated by Nintendo Switch games. This is like pure, like the most that I've seen in a while. So we'll start off with number 10, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That game is at over 1 million units sold and still packed another 6,622 units. Number 9 was Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I think people are getting ready for the next Pokemon game, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, then the actual Pokemon 2019 next year. Then there was Mary Skelter 2 at number 8 from Compile Hearts at 10,000 plus units, and I think Compile Hearts did say that they're going to start developing games on Switch as well, so we'll see what they do in the future. Number 7, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 11,417 units for a total of 1.6 million units plus. Number 6, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker with 14,558 units. Pretty good for the 3DS once again. Number 5, Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition with another 15,000 units plus. Number 4, Splatoon 2. The game just keeps selling. Another 20,430 units plus. That game is at over 2.4 million in Japan alone. Then you have Mario Tennis Aces at number 3 with another 21,838 units. And people are really buying that game at a faster rate than I thought that they would in Japan. That game has over 227,000 units plus in Japan. Number 2, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the Nintendo Switch with 41,852 units like we talked about. And then number 1, Octopath Traveler. So this is definitely good to see that Octopath Traveler did so well, but Square Enix and Nintendo miscalculated, I think, maybe just a bit, miscalculated how many people would want this style of game. And we don't even have digital sales because across the world, Octopath Traveler is pretty much number 1 or in the top 3 when it comes to digital sales. So there is a lot of good stuff going on with this game. I think a lot of fans were anticipating this. A lot of fans were looking for this style of game. A lot of fans wanted that classic RPG experience, and that's the reason why Octopath Traveler did so well in Japan, because if you look at it, there's been a number of classic games to come out in terms of RPGs, but none of them have sold this high. We've gotten classic style games, and they've all been pretty good. Like, we've had some great ones, but Octopath Traveler, with its modern take on the old school games, it almost reminded me of 3D Dot Game Heroes and what they were trying to do back then on the PS3 with like the Legend of Zelda style 3D game, but then like old school, like retro type of graphics, but it looks new. So I think it's kind of like the modern version of that, but with 2Ds and RPGs instead of action adventure games like Zelda. So man, it was just amazing to see this, and I think it's going to continue, guys. I don't think there's going to be a large drop when it comes to Octopath Traveler. I feel that the game is just going to get stronger and stronger as we continue. Now, I don't think the sales are going to be higher next week. What I'm saying that it's going to have a long tail of sales just because of the stock issues and things like that, and just because of the style of the game. People are going to want this game, and it's going to continue selling for a long period of time. It's not going to drop out of the top 20 or the top 30 in like the next week or two like we see a lot of other games from systems do. It's going to continue selling, continue selling, continue selling, almost like Fire Emblem Warriors on the Nintendo Switch, whereas that game didn't start out as strong, but it kept selling, kept selling, kept selling, and then it hit over 1 million units in about half a year. So I do think that Octopath Traveler is going to continue selling. 2 years from now, a year from now, we're going to see that it's at like 3 million units or something like that. It's that style of game. I think people really wanted this in this world of like modern and shooters and all this stuff, to have something like this come out and for it to look like it looks on the system like the Switch, which the Switch is the perfect system for Octopath Traveler in terms of how you can play the HD Rumble and all that. It just made sense that it boosted up Nintendo Switch sales, once again back up past 50K, and then on top of that, over 111,000 units sold in the first couple days. Awesome stuff to see. So what do you guys think about Octopath Traveler's sales? It kind of dominating Japan along with the Nintendo Switch. Software and hardware seems to be going pretty well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next topic here, Digimon Survive has been announced for the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. So Digimon finally comes back to a Nintendo platform. So the latest issue of the Weekly Jump reveals Digimon Survive, a survival simulation RPG centered on choices and story for the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. It will launch in 2019. The protagonist is a boy named Takuma Motosuka, a second-year middle school student who is suddenly transported from camp to a harsh world where life-endangering monsters wander about. Together with his partner Digimon Agumon, he will boldly face his harsh situation and embark on a survival adventure in order to return home. Here are some of the details on the game. So your choices affect evolution and the story. Oh, that seems really interesting. The choices the player makes during their adventure will change the development of the story, as well as the monsters you can digivolve during battle. There are various possibilities. While conversation scenes use 2D illustrations, they are depicted with 3D-esque spatial presentation. Explore another world. The keys to the story are hidden at various points on the field. Point at a location of interest to investigate. Simulation battles where choice determines victory. Move your Digimon partners around and fight enemies. During battle, energy is used to perform actions. Digivolution, skillfully utilizing your energy, is a key to victory. And there's also more information. There's the official website, but I think it's all in Japanese. And of course, you guys are checking out this scan here. And I was looking through it, and it actually looks really interesting. I like the art style. I like the fact that you're going to be able to use choices to see how the story progresses and how battles lay out. Strategy type of game, RPG, kind of Fire Emblem-esque. As I'm looking at this bottom one here, I see a little like cursor marker on there. So I'm completely down for this style of game on the Nintendo Switch. And yes, finally, Bandai Namco, thank you for bringing Digimon to the Nintendo Switch. The last few Digimon games, like the New Order and whatever it was, those never came to any Nintendo platforms. We haven't had Digimon on a Nintendo platform in quite some time. I think the last time was what, like maybe like the GameCube, or maybe, was there anything on the 3DS? I'm not really sure, or even like the GBA. I'm not 100% sure. You guys in the comment section, you guys can let me know about that, but I'm extremely happy about this because I want more anime style games on the Nintendo Switch. I want stuff from Bandai Namco. I want these type of games, and we're seeing it with stuff like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Naruto Trilogy. We've been seeing it with One Piece. I mean, they've been bringing over this stuff just because I remember the dark days of the Wii U. We didn't get any of this stuff, guys. We got none of it, literally none of it. The only anime game that I remember from them was like a One Piece game, like that One Piece game that came to the Wii U. There might have been something else, but there was not much, and there was no Digimon games. And I always wondered, why didn't Digimon come to the Wii U? Like, why didn't Digimon come to Nintendo platforms beforehand? So really happy about this, guys. This actually looks interesting. I'm definitely going to be playing this one. Comes out in 2019, so we do have a little bit of time, but that's good to see some games being announced when it comes to Nintendo Switch. That is, that there is going to be more development and developers are actually getting into it here. I know Bandai Namco has already stated a couple different times that yes, we will be supporting the Switch. We will have more games coming. And now that we see some multi-platform stuff incoming with stuff like Digimon, it's definitely good to see. My Hero Academia, that is launching this October, August in Japan. Ridiculously excited for that game as well. So what do you guys think about Digimon Survive coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch in 2019 from Bandai Namco? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final topic here, Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC has been announced. So Base Goku and Base Vegeta are the next two characters to join Dragon Ball FighterZ as downloadable content characters, the latest issue of V-Jump reveals. Both characters are due out early August for 500 yen each. So here are some details about each character, and knowing Arc System Works and knowing Bandai Namco when it comes to what they do, these two will probably destroy SSGSS Goku and SSGSS Vegeta. Just knowing them, because Bardock is better than all of the strongest Saiyans in the history of the universe. So knowing them, these two are going to be amazing. So here's Base Goku. You got the Kaioken. After activation, Goku can perform consecutive attacks using a combination of buttons. If his allies are killed, his power will increase 3 or 20-fold. Yep, I'm telling you guys, Goku Base is going to be really good, or Base Goku is going to be good. Super Spirit Bomb, the strongest among all of Goku's technique, but its speed is slow. Then you have Base Vegeta, Gallic Gun, fires energy at the ground. This can also be used in the sky. Galaxy Breaker, fires off energy from his entire body. The magazine also reveals that an open beta test for the Nintendo Switch version of Dragon Ball FighterZ is planned for this August. Dragon Ball FighterZ is now available for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and will launch on the Nintendo Switch on September 27th in Japan and September 28th in the Americas and in Europe. So awesome stuff all around when it comes to Dragon Ball FighterZ on the Nintendo Switch. I've been waiting for this version. I knew this version was coming. There's a guy named CookX86 that owes me $301 based off the bet that we had on this version. There's all sorts of stuff going on with this game, but we'll get back to that bet in just a bit, maybe in a live stream. But anyway, getting back to what's going on with Dragon Ball FighterZ, I love the fact that it's coming to the Switch. I've talked about this a number of times. I think the Switch is perfect for fighting games because you can train on the go. You can also train on the TV as well. You have a variety of control schemes for people, and I think that there's fight sticks and stuff available. Most people don't use fight sticks for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I don't think so. From what I see, they just use the controller, but I think that this is great, man. I am excited, and I'm telling you guys, Base Goku and Base Vegeta are going to be good. I think they're going to be good. Base Goku's Kaioken looks really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out into battle. I'm looking forward to playing a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ on the Nintendo Switch when it drops this September. So what do you guys think about Dragon Ball FighterZ, the DLC characters, in addition to Digimon Survive being announced for the Switch and PS4, and the big media create sales charts with Octopath Traveler and the Nintendo Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of players across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the links in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace!